Atlantia vivere, Atlantia vince, Atlantia victor, Atlantia vivere, Agartha vivere, Shambhala vivere, Lemuria vivere. My dear sister Artemis, I have listened to your concerts on YouTube and also the concerts of Avril Ramona Lavigne. She is a better singer than you. But I am a lousy singer too, you know. No one is born with voice. No one is born being a Pavarotti. Most things are taught. All the arts are taught. Sculpture, painting, music, dance, poetry, theater, opera, film, literature, video games, and so on. And photography and graphics, please excuse my English because I am very close to you, and you know I have a lot of emotions. Lately, you know, I have lost my eyesight partially. I also have problems at my left knee, my teeth, my left hand. I have seen your Twitter account in which you are called Artemis. I wish to tell you off the record some things, because this video I will not share to anyone. I will only send it to your Twitter account, the Artemis Twitter account. I wish to tell you that I know that you're the leader of America. Your spies told me, Taylor, I thought that it was about Liz Taylor. You are a dragon. Why are you a dragon and I am a Dovahkiin? You are a dragon because America is a society run by dragons, and this is a society in which things are mixed. Very, very mixed. A medieval society in which half of the people are living in the primitive age and the other half in the a galactic age or ethical age in which more than 50% have internet access. I gave them internet access. My purpose was to make Romania first in download speed and upload speed in order to facilitate the flow of information and thus to make the society become more modern. Yes. And I wish to tell you off the record that the great spheres of Atlantia are here on this planet. All the great council of Atlantia is here, and I no longer have... yes, I do have some powers, but not as predominant as before. You need to modify your policies in the Middle East. I know that you're working with the Illuminati, of course, because they're the one running America. I know about the recent attacks in Paris and also in Romania at the club called Collective, in which many Atlanteans who are young, like you, 20 years old, were burned alive, unfortunately. And you need to stop, because the great spheres of Atlantia are thinking in a very ethical way. Yes, I have seen your photographs. I can show you one of my own photographs. This is when I was 1 year old. Yes. So I was blonde, but then my hair has darkened because of the sun. This happens to men, but it does not happen to women. So yes, I know that you're the one pulling the strings in America. There are many questions about the recent attacks in Paris. Why do the perpetrators carry the passports at them? Why did the passports were not destroyed when they blew themselves up? Why did they killed only 60 people or 100 people in that big football stadium when they could have easily killed all 70,000? Don't tell me that they are too primitive to have big bombs. We need to understand the Lemurians, because the first law of Atlantia, as you know, is the law of sacrifice. It is not the law of freedom. And the law of sacrifice says that if you sacrifice yourself for Atlantia, you go to 4D. Unfortunately, more than 1%, and this is the crisis of Atlantia, have gone to 4D continuum, to the ethical continuum. Between 1 and 10% here in Romania are light beings, and these light beings are waging war one against each other. They are angels and demons, and they talk into my head, and they seek to recruit various people who are not ready for ascension, and that is the second part of the problem. And they are taking people who are not ready into 4+1D continuum, and there they say, go and kill that angel and that demon, and they go and do that. And of course that is a very, unethical thing to do. And so the law of karma goes into effect, because they use their power and not their ethics, and they are sent for 100 lives or more in the 3D continuum again. So that is why we have a lot of light beings reincarnated as humans. And this situation has gone on for many cycles, for many universal cycles, for hundreds of billions of years, unfortunately. And the only end in sight is to reach consciousness. The people of Lemuria, who are gypsies, I have seen a movie with a gypsy boy who stole a great sum of money from a Romanian woman, an Atlantean girl. Why? Because their purpose is to raise the consciousness. And also we have a lot of gypsies on the streets of Paris and London and Berlin and Madrid and Rome and so on. Why? Because their purpose is to make people angry with their situation of living in the dark ages, and to pinpoint the fact that many people are poor and in need, like I am too. Yes. So unfortunately I know that I have stayed for 6,705 or 6 days in my mission for Romania. It has begun on 21st of July 1997, or maybe if we count the Interregnum Dios from Gaia, from our mother, it has begun on 16th of October 1998. And then I have worked for 13 years of 400 days each in an ethical way, plus 26 months of 20 days each in a consciousness way, plus 52 days of 1 day each in a spiritual way. But anyway, and after that another Interregnum Dios came, and I have broke my 460 days. It has those 460 days of Interregnum Dios in which I had to call you, but I could not find you, unfortunately. I only recently stayed in the test of Agartha long enough to reach the 36D continuum, the uncreated qualities, which are the truth, the love, the liberty, the clarity, the justice, the mercy, beauty, goodness, omnipotence, omnipresence, and omniscience, and another two. Which means that because I have never in the last 4 or 5 billion years, I have never reached the level of the Holy Spirit, not even when I was a reincarnation of Jesus Christ. I only reached the level of truth and love. You have to say the truth to anyone, to everyone, which I am doing right now with you. So I only realized recently that you are who you are. So I am calling you now, great goddess, because I am the voice of water which speaks with the voice of thunder until it breaks the stone. And I have this question for you. Do you remember, great goddess, when Arjedava has fallen, when Arjedava has died, when her walls have fallen, what did I promise to you? So, I need to call you now, great goddess. I have also called another girls about whom I believe that they are great goddess, Artemis, to be the voice of water, to lead our holy people of Atlantia into to conquer the galaxy and the universe for 6 years and 9 months and 12 days. The years are 400 days each, you work ethically, the months are 20 days each, and if you plan to have any children, but anyway, perhaps we shall have, because I plan to marry you. Anyway, uh, I need an extraction from Romania. Things here will go south. Russia will attack Romania soon. Not only because when I ask them to, because I am also the Tsar of Russia, because I am very unhappy with my own people, because these noblemen in Cluj do not let me, for 12 years, they did not let me to have a medical insurance and to treat my diseases, and I have, my health is very poor. I have also some problem with my spinal column in various places. Yes, I have not made sex with a woman since 7 years ago. I have maintained, I sought to maintain myself, and I also stayed for 25 cycles in the test of Agartha from 12th of January 2013. We count 7 days until the 3 months began, and after that we count another 26 cycles. And that 26 cycles will end in about 40 days, if you could be ready by then. So I have waited for a long time. Initially, I felt, after I saw Romania in July 2012, when the parliamentaries gave them a law which allowed every Romanian to still have $1 million per day. Everyone made a protest. It was, yes, and unfortunately, yes. And after that, my second dragon, Ramona, came to me and she said to me, "I will be punished for 2 years, and after that they will be punished for 20 years, all the whole country, because they wish to kill me and destroy me and blah blah blah." They have not succeeded in doing that. Parties is because of the crimes of my father. My father has decapitated my mother. My mother and my aunt are a dragon with 2 heads, a schizophrenic dragon. And my grandmother also is a dragon with 3 heads. And after that, my father also killed a guy, a dragon lord, who killed his own wife, who was a dragon, from the daughter of the Tsar of Maramuresh. And a conflict has risen between Ardel and Maramuresh. You know, here in this Holy Land, we have to obey we the noblemen, the 4 laws of nobility. First law, you always have to say the truth, even if this will bring up your death. The second law is you have to protect the orphans and the widows and the people in need, who are the poor, the sick people, and the elderly. The third law is that you have to act in a civilized manner and to have nice manners. The fourth law is that you have to be loyal as long as your lord is not a criminal. Yes. So, yes, my father also sought to sell me into slavery when I was a boy, when I was a small boy. A small child. I was about 5 years old, and my father had some great debts at cars. Anyway, and he did that, and I was prepared for my mission. I have seen that you are dressing yourself in white, and you make this or this sign like Lady Liberty, or like my sister Artemis. I have recognized you, and you have dressed yourself completely in white. Look, I am also dressed myself in white completely also, because I'm now the president of Atlantia, and I'm no longer recognized as Pretor. Kesha is maybe the Pretor, I don't know. I was also the vice Pretor and the Pretor on the Great Council of Romania here on Earth, and the president of Romania, of this planet. And it was such a long time since we haven't seen each other, dear Artemis. And you know, I have listened to all the concerts of Avril Lavigne, and I believe that she is Artemis because she's also dressing half in white, half in black, and she also makes this sound. And I also believe that Miley Cyrus is, because she has a moon at her neck, and she has a golden bracelet. Yes, she is also dressing herself in white. But this is not the problem. Also in Romania there are many people who call themselves Apollo and Zeus. Also our former president Traian Băsescu was called Zeus by which is another name of mine, by the secret services. So We need to act together. I have seen that you have taken many shortcuts through the forest, many shortcuts to the jungle, in leading your people to great victory. They are acting a little bit, like in the jungle. And I know that you realize this. I also realize many things about the center of Atlantia, which is here, but we have here the Atlantean city, the underground Atlantean city in the Butchers Mountains, and the skeletons of the great giants on great stone tables, and we also have the DNA of the entire planet. I know that you know about this stuff, yes. All the secret tunnels, all the walls of energy, people have heart attacks when they pass. But in order not to have a heart attack, you must dress yourself completely in white. Your boots also have to be white. That is important. And you have to say Atlantia, Viver Atlantia, Vince Atlantia, Victor, and then the woman who is the praetor of the local council of that city will come, hopefully. She came to me in my mind. And I was also in body and in spirit also to the other site, which is located at the bottom of the mountain, on the other side of the mountain, in the cave of Zalmoxe, my cave. There is another Atlantean civilization. There are some light beings in the 4+1D continuum this time, and you can sense them. Yes. And also there is a third part, 50,000 Atlanteans trapped into that Stargate, which goes to the 7D continuum on top of the Man Mountain, Monte Lomo. So you're living in America in a fabricated society. I'm also living in Romania in a fabricated society, which is a fake society. And the idea is that the education which was given to us was a fake education. We must realize who we are. In order to realize who you are, you must stay without food, isolating yourself, but with water, without food, without eating anything for 3 days and 3 nights. But you have to eat, to drink something, and to isolate yourself. And in isolating yourself, you will find the answers, probably. So these things are not true. Because many people in American Western Union cry wolf when they see it, and when the wolf comes, no one will be there to help them, They cry wolf at all the small attacks. Yes, 9/11 was not a small attack, but it was planned by CIA, by Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, women don't have any right to vote because they respect the traditional values of Islam, and Saudi Arabia is the capital of Islam. And they have nuclear weapons like Iran, like Egypt, like Pakistan, like North Korea, like... should I say that I gave some nuclear weapons to Germany and Japan as well? Like Russia, like United States, like Romania, like France, like England, like Germany, like India, yes. Like Israel, like Iran. So I know that you're planning to invade Iran. I advise you against it, because Iran is the Persian Empire and blah blah blah. You need to be more. You are very experienced, and you understand these things. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't like the gypsy people in Romania. I don't like the red race. I don't like the Lemurians. I don't like the fire civilization. I don't like them at all. But we are very close to nuclear war with Lemuria. We are very close to resetting once again the damn fucking civilization on this damn fucking blue planet of mine. And we don't have the resources, the mineral resources to start it again. Which means that I will have to clean up this planet and make a break of 2.5 billion years. The sun will last for another 10 billion years. And you can make your civilization on the moon and blah blah blah. Yes. But in order to spare us this effort, we have to maintain our civilization apart from nuclear war, which probably will not happen because our flying saucers are patrolling the planet and they have they have deactivated all the nuclear warheads, but anyway, together with the aliens, with the Alcorians from the Lucian Alliance. But you know, here in Romania, you might ask yourself why I'm such a great leader and I'm totally out of money and out of health and out of anything. Well, because here you are considered to be a mature man or person at the age of 40. Women are never considered to be mature, only men are. And you suffer until the age of 40 and you work, and only at the age of 40 you receive anything or everything at all. So yes, I am recognized, I am praised, I have a lot of power, I have no money, I have no health, I have no health care, I have no health insurance. I'm living in a one-room apartment, yes. Zorlor 43, Zorlor number 43, apartment number 5. Postal code 400335. 400,335. In Cluj-Napoca, Cluj, Romania. Yes, in the central of Ardeal. And I had the crown of Ardeal. It was taken from me, from Nicholas van Bula city, and the crown of Ardeal compels one nobleman to always speak about the past, about the history of Atlantia, to respect the ancestors. That is the crown of Ardeal, respecting the ancestors, respecting Atlantia, curing the mad disease of the past. Because I wish to lift that curse which I have incurred on my own people many thousands of years ago. I have to stay for 7,000 days to work for them free of charge. Yes, and they torment me. So, the idea is, I am missing 4 teeth, maybe 5 because I need. Anyway, and another 2 or 3 need to be patched. I know that you were born in a countryside in the rural region of America, in the Central America, where the values are the strong one. You know, the main value here in Dacia, in Atlantia, in Romania, in the center is philosophy, and that's the main value in your civilization is strength, power, hunting in the forest, war, and sports. Yes. Okay. So each of us was born to a civilization which pretty much sums him or her. But now I need to move on because these people will kill me. They behave more and more aggressively towards me, and so will the people of America. You will see with time, because I was also very enthusiastic when I was 20 years old, and in time people started to behave more aggressively towards me. I have met with many spies from CIA, from KGB, from the French Republic, and so on. So I need to go and see you, I need to help you, because I realize, yes, you have a great military, you can occupy everyone in the world if they don't fire their nukes, basically. And people here in Russia and Romania and Turkey are going to fall down. Now we have a war between Russia and Turkey, now we have the invasion of Syria, Iran. I understand all this. Yes, I know that an invasion of Europe will come. I understand all this stuff. I'm not stupid. But we need to move on, my dear Artemis. We need to move on past the national differences, because if I count 8 cycles downwards, we have power, ethics, consciousness, spirit, light, created nature, created God, and uncreated qualities, yes? And I can no longer relate myself to their stupidity. And, okay. I love you very, very much. Bye bye. Cheers.